Hi guys, welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get going, I ask you to please subscribe. Thank you. Today's video is on, have you ever wondered where the Three Dog Night got their name? I mean, it's kind of a different name for sure. Where would it come from? You're about to find out. The Three Dog Night was born out of a 70s rock and roll scene. With the birth of disco, the rock scene kind of struggled to kind of figure out where it stood. And this ushered in a deeply experimental period that it operated under anything goes. Given their unique blend of inspirations, the Three Dog Night was a shoe-in for that era. Now, despite the masses being very familiar with the group's catalog, their origins may be unknown to more casual listeners. According to the band's official website, the name Three Dog Night comes from a phrase often used by Aboriginal Australian hunters as a barometer for how cold a night in the outback would be. Hunters would dig a hole in the ground and then use dingoes to keep warm. If it was cold, they'd sleep with 2 dogs. If it was freezing, it would be a 3-dog night. They wanted to include the number 3 somewhere in their moniker as a representation of the idea that there are 3 lead singers. I was in my kitchen and my manager said, "By Monday, I want you to come in with a name," Hutton explained the origin of the name. We wrote down 60 names, he continued. However, I used to get this magazine called Mankind, and my girlfriend at the time showed me an article about the Australian Aborigines with the phrase, "A night so cold you will need to take 3 dogs to bed with you to stay warm." And that was that, Three Dog Night. Between 69 and 75, Three Dog Night amassed 21 Billboard Top 40 hits. Many of them shined a spotlight on outside writers like Randy Newman, Mama Told Me Not to Come, Paul Williams, An Old-Fashioned Love Song, and Hoy Axton, Joy to the World, and Never Been to Spain. The 3 vocalists, Danny Hutton, Chuck Negron, and Corey Wells, first came together in 67, originally going by the name Redwood. The group made recordings with the Beach Boys' Brian Wilson. Wilson had ambitions at one time of signing them to Brothers Records. According to Mike Love in the book The Beach Boys by John Tobler, Brian had them in the studio for several days and he was really funny. They didn't meet up to his expectations. They'd go in and they wouldn't sing well enough for him, but they went off and made billions. The band made their official debut at the Whiskey A Go-Go in 78, and they were still in the process of making their self-titled debut album at the time. They found early success with songs like Nobody, Try a Little Tenderness, and One. Soon after establishing themselves as a group, they began to amass a reputation as one of the top drawing touring acts of the era. A Three Dog Night released arguably their first most famous song, Joy to the World, in 1970. The song went on to earn them Grammy nominations for Record of the Year and Best Pop Performance by a Duo or a Group. While many attribute a deeper, often anti-war meaning to the jovial track, the group had routinely chalked up the work to a novelty. Nevertheless, it remains one of their biggest tunes. The group broke up briefly in 75, but came back together in 81. The band is still drawing crowds today, having plotted a sprawling world tour for this spring. And you can find the list of 2023 tour dates online. It not only was a different name, but its origin was very different as well. And you must agree. If you have not yet, please look back over the last 2 days on the videos on Sam Cooke, because it's really good and there's really some cool stuff in there. I don't know if cool's the right word, but crazy and wild. How's that? Take a look at that and let me know what you think. Please, if you have not yet, please subscribe here. Please share this out. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll be praying for you.